Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Home and Harmony, where we turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary sanctuaries. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're diving into one of my favorite design adventures, steampunk furniture, upcycling. If you've ever walked past a vintage piece and wondered how to give it that perfect industrial edge, this video is your golden ticket. We'll explore how to blend Victorian elegance with mechanical elements to create furniture that tells a story. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss our upcoming design revelations. Give this video a thumbs up if you're ready to get your hands dirty, and drop a comment telling me about your most exciting thrift find. Decoding the Victorian-industrial romance. Steampunk design is like a beautiful marriage. Between Victorian sophistication and industrial grit, it's where brass meets velvet, where gears dance with ornate details. This aesthetic emerged from the literary genre that imagines what the world might look like if steam power had continued to dominate technology. Think rich, warm metals like copper and brass, exposed mechanical elements, and luxurious textures that whisper tales of adventure. The key to mastering steampunk style lies in balancing these contrasting elements. The refinement of the Victorian era with the raw honesty of industrial machinery. When you understand this fundamental tension, you'll start seeing potential, steampunk transformations everywhere. From that old dresser at the thrift store to your grandmother's forgotten sewing machine. Your treasure map to steampunk gold. The hunt for the perfect steampunk base piece is half the adventure. Look for furniture with good bones, solid wood construction, interesting architectural details, or pieces that already have some vintage character. Estate sales, flea markets, and online marketplaces are your best friends here. Victorian-era pieces are obviously perfect, but don't overlook mid-century modern furniture with clean lines that can be enhanced with industrial elements. Pay attention to proportions and structural integrity rather than current finish. We can transform any surface, but we can't easily fix wobbly joints. Pieces with drawers, compartments, or interesting hardware often provide the best canvas for steampunk transformation. Remember, patina and wear aren't flaws in steampunk design, they're features that add authentic character to your finished piece. Building your steampunk workshop arsenal. Creating stunning steampunk furniture doesn't require a professional workshop, but having the right tools makes all the difference in achieving that polished, intentional look. Your basic toolkit should include sandpaper in various grits, steel wool for creating texture, and quality brushes for applying finishes. For that authentic aged metal look, you'll want metallic paints in copper, brass and bronze, plus some patina solutions for realistic aging effects. Don't forget safety gear. Gloves, goggles, and proper ventilation are non-negotiable when working with paints and chemicals. A heat gun can be invaluable for distressing and removing old finishes, while a drill with various bits helps you add those crucial mechanical details. Stock up on interesting hardware elements like gears, pipes, gauges, and industrial fittings. These will become your signature steampunk accents. Creating the perfect canvas for your vision. Proper preparation is the secret sauce that separates amateur projects from professional-looking results. Start by thoroughly cleaning your piece and removing any hardware you plan to replace. Sanding doesn't have to be perfect for steampunk. We're going for character, not showroom perfection. Focus on removing any flaking paint or rough spots while preserving interesting wear patterns that add authenticity. Pay special attention to areas where you'll be adding metal accents. These need to be clean and slightly rough for good adhesion. Consider the final vision as you prep. Some areas might benefit from deeper distressing while others should remain smooth. Prime any bare wood or previously painted surfaces with a quality bonding primer. This step is crucial for ensuring your metallic finishes and paints will adhere properly and stand up to daily use. Orchestrating your steampunk symphony. The steampunk color palette is like a rich symphony of warm earthy tones that evoke both luxury and industry. Deep burgundies, forest greens, and chocolate browns provide your foundational colors. These represent the Victorian elegance aspect of the style. Layer in the industrial elements with metallics, warm brass, aged copper, weathered bronze, and hints of iron gray. Black and charcoal serve as grounding colors, while cream and ivory can provide subtle contrast without breaking the mood. The key is working in a tonal range rather than high contrast. Everything should feel like it belongs in the same atmospheric world. Avoid bright, saturated colors that feel too modern or cheerful. Instead, think about colors that would naturally develop patina over time, creating that sense of history and adventure that makes steampunk so compelling. Mastering the art of aged metal magic. Achieving authentic-looking aged metal finishes is where steampunk furniture truly comes alive, and it's easier than you might think. Start with a dark base coat. Black or dark brown works beautifully. Once dry brush metallic paint over the surface, focusing on raised areas and edges where natural wear would occur. The secret is building layers gradually rather than trying to achieve the look in one pass. For copper patina effects, start with copper base and add touches of green verdigris paste, blending while still wet. Brass aging can be achieved by starting with gold and adding brown antiquing glaze in recessed areas. Don't forget the power of steel wool for creating subtle texture and removing paint from select areas. Remember, imperfection is perfection. In steampunk, embrace irregularities and let happy accidents guide your process. Bringing your furniture to life with gears and gadgets. This is where your steampunk furniture transforms from painted piece to conversation starter. Mechanical elements should look intentional and functional, even if they're purely decorative. Vintage clock gears, brass fittings, and industrial hardware can be found at antique shops, online retailers, or salvage yards. Consider the scale and proportion. Oversized gears work wonderfully as focal points, while smaller elements can create intricate detail work. Mount these elements securely using appropriate screws or strong adhesive, ensuring they'll withstand handling. Create visual flow by grouping elements or creating implied mechanical connections between different parts of the furniture. Copper tubing can suggest steam pipes, while gauges and dials add that scientific instrument feel. The goal is to make viewers believe your furniture could actually operate in some fantastical steampunk world. The devil's in the beautiful details. Hardware selection can make or break your steampunk transformation. It's like choosing jewelry for an elegant outfit. Look for pieces with weight and substance. Heavy brass pulls, ornate hinges, and decorative corner brackets all contribute to the authentic feel. Avoid anything too shiny or obviously new. Steampunk hardware should have character and patina. Consider mixing different metal tones within the same warm family for visual interest. Placement should feel both functional and decorative. Even purely aesthetic elements should look like they serve a purpose. Replace standard knobs with brass porthole handles, swap simple hinges for decorative strap hinges, and add corner guards or metal banding for that industrial reinforcement look. Remember that in steampunk design, more is often more. Don't be afraid to layer different hardware elements for maximum visual impact. Wrapping your creation in steampunk luxury. When it comes to steampunk upholstery, think rich textures and colors that feel both luxurious and lived in. Deep leather in cognac or burgundy is the gold standard. It ages beautifully and embodies that perfect blend of Victorian elegance and industrial durability. Velvet in deep jewel tones adds Victorian drama, while tapestry fabrics with intricate patterns bring in that ornate historical element. Don't overlook unconventional materials like canvas, burlap, or even faux leather with interesting textures. Consider adding brass nail heads, decorative tufting, or contrast welting for additional visual interest. The key is choosing materials that tell a story. Fabrics that look like they could have upholstered a Victorian gentleman's study or an adventurer's traveling trunk. Whether distressing lightly for authenticity, but maintain comfort and durability for everyday use. Illuminating your steampunk vision. Lighting is the secret ingredient that transforms steampunk furniture from impressive to absolutely magical. Consider incorporating Edison bulbs, brass fixtures, or even LED strips hidden behind translucent panels for a mysterious glow. Table lamps can be built into desks or cabinets using vintage-style electrical components. Just ensure all electrical work meets safety standards or consult a professional. Battery-operated LED solutions offer flexibility without rewiring concerns. Brass desk lamps, vintage-style pendant lights, Or even creative use of mason jar fixtures can complement your steampunk furniture beautifully. The warm, golden light these fixtures provide enhances the rich metals and deep colors of your steampunk palette. Consider how light will interact with your metallic finishes. Strategic placement can make brass elements gleam and create dramatic shadows that add depth and mystery to your finished piece. Hiding modern life in Victorian elegance. One of the biggest challenges in steampunk furniture design is incorporating modern storage needs while maintaining authentic aesthetics. Secret compartments are your best friend. Hidden drawers behind decorative panels, storage areas accessed by turning a gear or pulling a vintage lever. Use dividers and organizers in natural materials like wood or leather to keep the illusion intact. Cable management is crucial for electronics. Route cords through hidden channels or disguise them as part of the mechanical elements. Consider adding vintage-style labels or brass nameplates to identify different storage areas. Deep drawers can be fitted with leather-lined compartments for jewelry or important documents. The goal is creating furniture that serves modern life while feeling like it belongs in a Victorian inventor's workshop. Every storage solution should feel intentional and integrated rather than obviously added as an afterthought. The final polish that makes magic happen. The finishing touches are what elevate your steampunk furniture from good to absolutely stunning. This is where you add those carefully curated accessories that complete the narrative. Vintage maps, old books with leather bindings, brass scientific instruments, or antique keys can all serve as decorative elements that enhance the steampunk story. Consider adding small details like brass corner protectors, decorative chains, or vintage-style locks. A light application of antiquing wax or glaze can unify all your different elements and add that final layer of authenticity. Don't forget practical finishing touches like felt pads for surfaces or bumpers for drawers. These details ensure your beautiful creation functions as well as it looks. Step back periodically during this process and assess the overall balance. Sometimes, less is more, and removing one element can make everything else shine brighter. Building beauty that lasts and protects. Creating stunning steampunk furniture means nothing if it isn't safe and durable for everyday use. Always ensure structural integrity before beginning your transformation. Tighten loose joints, reinforce weak areas, and replace any hardware that doesn't function properly. When adding decorative elements, secure them thoroughly to prevent them from becoming hazards. Sharp edges should be smoothed or protected, especially on frequently handled pieces. Use appropriate finishes for the intended use. Dining tables need food-safe topcoats, while decorative pieces might only need aesthetic finishes. Consider the environment where your piece will live. High humidity areas need different protection than dry climates. Test all finishes and adhesives to ensure they'll hold up over time. Remember that the most beautiful furniture in the world is worthless if it's unsafe or falls apart after a few months of use. Creating cohesive design magic throughout your home. A single steampunk piece can be stunning, but creating a cohesive environment multiplies the impact exponentially. Start by identifying which elements of your steampunk furniture can be echoed throughout the room, perhaps brass accents, rich leather textures, or vintage industrial elements. Lighting plays a huge role in setting the mood. Warm, golden light sources enhance the steampunk aesthetic beautifully. Don't feel obligated to make everything match perfectly. Steampunk celebrates the collected overtime look of a well-traveled adventurer. Mix your steampunk pieces with complementary styles like industrial, vintage, or even carefully chosen modern pieces that don't compete for attention. Wall treatments in rich colors or interesting textures provide perfect backdrops for your steampunk furniture. Remember that negative space is important too. Give your statement pieces room to breathe and be appreciated. What an incredible journey we've taken together today. We've explored every aspect of creating stunning steampunk furniture. From hunting for the perfect base pieces to adding those magical finishing touches that make each piece truly unique. The beauty of steampunk design lies not just in the finished product, but in the creative process itself. Every scratch, every perfectly placed gear, every carefully chosen finish tells a story of imagination and craftsmanship. Remember, there's no single right way to create steampunk furniture. Let your creativity guide you and don't be afraid to experiment. Your first project might not be perfect, and that's absolutely okay. Embrace the learning process and celebrate the character that comes with handmade pieces. If this video inspired you to start your own steampunk furniture adventure, please give it a thumbs up and share your creations in the comments below. I absolutely love seeing your beautiful work. Don't forget to subscribe to Home and Harmony for more design inspiration and ring that notification bell so you never miss our latest creative adventures. Until next time, keep creating magic in your spaces.